welcome to Solvebeta today. This is the summer quotient series, and this is for JSS1. The topic is whole number. Now, you are familiar with this topic because you did it in basic 4, basic 5, and if you add basic 6, you did it in what? Basic 6. Now, it's very, very important that you know this. Our summer coaching is designed to be flexible, meaning that I would teach, send the video online, you watch. Then, when we have the one-on-one support session, you can ask me any question from what I taught. And if you advanced in your reading, if you've read more, you studied more, and you still have questions outside what I taught, but still related to this topic, you can ask. It's very, very important. Please don't forget that. Now, you can also do this. You can pause when you don't understand, rewind, then watch again. You can even, if you know how to use YouTube, you can speak to your parents. They can help you, or you message me, help you know how to reduce the speed of the video in case I'm too fast. I'm trying my best to be very, very simple. Very, very slow, rather. So you can reduce the speed if I'm too fast, or you can watch again. The ball is in your court. So let's go to whole numbers. What are whole numbers? Whole numbers are counting numbers. Examples, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to the last number known on earth. What do you think is the last number you know? A billion, but there's still trillion, there's quadrillion, and whatever. So down to the last number known, which you call infinity. This is what you call a whole number. Now, among these whole numbers, we have natural numbers. Natural numbers does not include 0. This is whole numbers. Then natural numbers, 0 is not included. Natural numbers, these are whole numbers. Natural numbers are whole numbers aside 0, apart from 0. So natural numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down to infinity. They are whole numbers with the exception of zeros. I don't know if you get that. Those are natural numbers. Natural numbers. You can take that down. I hope you with your note. I hope you are jotting this down. You can pause and jot. Pause and jot. Then we have fractions. Fractions are not whole numbers. Fractions, we have fractions. Half, 1 and a half, 2/3. These are 3 different types of fraction. You should know that. 3 different types of fraction. Here we have your proper fraction. Why is it proper? 1 is less than 2. Numerator, the number above is less than denominator. That's why it's proper. I think I should say this. I taught this same topic to those in basic 5 and 6. So I explained some things that I believe will be helpful to them. So in case you still want a simpler understanding of this, you can take a pause, watch the video for basic 5 and 6 before you watch this one. That one I explained to a certain simple details. These topics, there are some things I said there that I won't say here because of the class level, because of the difference in class. So you can do that. You have your proper fraction. Why is it proper fraction? Because this number here on top, the numerator is less than the denominator. Why this one is still a proper fraction? Let me make it improper. This is an improper fraction. Why is it improper? Because the number above, numerator, is greater, is bigger than the number below, which is the what? Denominator. So when the one above is greater than the one below, it is improper. When the one above is less than the one below, it is what? Proper. Then we have what we call a mixed fraction and a mixed number. A mixed fraction and a mixed number. We can call it a mixed fraction, or you can call it a mixed number. Why can we call it a mixed number? Because it consists of a number, a whole number, and a fraction. Or you can call it a mixed fraction because it consists of a whole number and also a fraction, depending on where you are looking at it from. So this is a mixed. I'll call it mixed number. But if you know it by mixed fraction, you can say it's a mixed fraction. So fractions are not whole number. Natural numbers are whole numbers. Fractions are not whole numbers. Natural numbers are what? Whole numbers. So the whole idea behind this whole numbers, this class, having this class, the reason for this class is so that you can not only identify whole numbers, you can write them down. You can write them down with words, and you can write them down as numerals or in numbers, whatever way I call it. So you can rewind back to write that. Now let's go to this. This is 1,000, 3 zeros, 1,000, 1,000, 3 zero. Then when we have 4 zeros, we have what? 10,000, 10,000. I believe you are familiar with this, 10,000. Then let me move a little bit higher. If you have 6 zeros, is what? A million, a million. Now a million, I can explain a million to be 1,000, thousand, 1,000, thousand, 1,000 in 1,000 places. 1,000 in 1,000 places, meaning that let's say I have 1,000 naira. I have 1,000. That I have 1,000 naira in 1,000 places. I have 1,000 naira in 1,000 places, or I have 1,000 amount of 1,000 naira. This will get you what? A million. I think that makes sense. Then you have 10 million. You add 0 to this, 100 million. Then after million, significantly, there's billion. Billion will be adding 1,000 to this million. I'm going to explain all of this using place value. Using place value. I'm going to explain that. This is a billion. A billion. A billion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 zeros. A billion. So we can say a billion has 9 zeros and 10 digits. A million has 6 zeros and 7 digits. Digit will mean the numbers that make up this whole number, because not every whole number contains one number. Some whole numbers contain more than one number. We now use digits so that we can differentiate it from the whole number. Whole meaning that everything, singular number, digits. We use digits. This digit here makes up this whole number, 1,000. Then after a billion, you can have 10 billion, you can have 100 billion. Then significantly, we have a trillion. A trillion will be, this is a trillion. What makes it a trillion? A trillion is 1,000 billion. It's a billion in 1,000 places. Imagine you have a billionaire in 1,000 places. You have 1 billion here, you have 1 billion here, you have 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion in 1,000 places. That will give you what? Trillion. Or you can say a trillion is 1,000 in a billion places. Or you can say a trillion is a billion in 1,000 places. A trillion is a billion in 1,000 places. Or a trillion is 1,000 in a billion places. That will make sense as we proceed. I think this is the height of it. This is the height of it at this level. So there's something called place value. Place value is very, very important. It helps us know the position, the place each of the digits in a whole number. The place of each of the digits in a whole number. That's what we call place value. Now let's write this as I claim. I'm going to be using million, billion, and trillion. That's the difference between this class and basic 5 and 6. So now look at this. Let's say I have these numbers. Now, when numbers are written, they are separated in trees or they are separated using a comma. So it's either you see that after 3 digits from right to left, that means from your right, your far right, this number to your left, the number by the left, the last number by the far right to the first number by the left. You count 3, you leave a space, you count 2, you leave a space, you count 2, you leave a space. That's how we write numbers. Is that we do that or we use comma? What is the comma? Are you saying the comma? If we use comma, we won't leave a space while writing. We can write it like this, or we can write it like this. By leaving this space, there must be a space noticeably. Now, why is this done this way? It is not accidental. It's non-accidental at all. It's not accidental. Why is it not accidental? The reason why it's not accidental is this. It enables us it helps us to call out this number. And apart from helping us to call out this number, it is by the place value. It tells us about the place value. This is what I mean. The first digit here is unit. The place value of the first digit is what? Units. Why this one is thousand? Sorry, unit tens. Unit tens. Unit is tens. Then you have 100. The place value of this 9 is 100. This other 9 is 100. And this one is 1000. Now, because we have represented T with tens, we can call this TH. Let me write like this: TH 1000. TH 1000. Or this is how you must have been taught: TH. Something like this: TH 1000. TH 1000. Now, you see that this comma is after 100 when we are moving to what? 1000. After 100 when we are moving to what? 1000. We add this comma. Then the next one, after 1000, you go to tens of thousand. The place value of 7 here is tens of thousand. Now, not unit of thousand. Unit is for the first digit here, and unit does not appear any other. It does not appear any other place here. It does not appear anywhere else. So this is unit tens, 100,000. Then this one will be tens of thousand. You begin from 10, tens of what? Thousand. TTH, tens of thousand, tens of thousand, tens of thousand. 7. Then after tens of thousand, 100 of what? Thousand. HT, 100 of what? Thousand. 100 of what? Thousand. 100 of what? Thousand. Please take note that this is just to represent it. U is to represent unit, T is to represent tens. So in case I write it differently from the way you know it, it's just what you call an abbreviation. This 100 of thousand, and let me take it a little bit down. Now, after 100 of thousand, you know I told you that million is a thousand of thousand. It's supposed to write it as thousand of thousand. Thousand of thousand, but there's a special word used for it, which is what? Million. You see this unit 10, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000. Instead of writing thousand of thousand, I'll write what? Million. 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 Then this one is 10 million. Tens of million. 10 million. The place value of this is 10 million. That's tens of million. After tens of million, don't forget, when we get to million, we start from tens. We're not starting from unit. Tens, 10 million, 100 million, 100 of million, 100 of million. Then this here will then be after million is what? After the million, 1,000 billion. So instead of writing 1,000 billion, you write it. Sorry, instead of writing 1,000 million, instead of writing 1,000 million, we're going to write a billion. We're going to write billion. So this place value of 2 is what? Billion. The place value of 2 is what? Billion. So it is not 1,000 million. You write what? Billion. But the idea is that it is actually 1,000 billion. But instead of calling 1,000 million, you write what? Billion. So let me take this further. Let me write a bigger number. Write a bigger number. 7. Let me make it different number. 4, 1, 8, 3, 2, 5, 6, 9, 9, 8. So if you have a digit like this, so you have this digit, this whole number. In case you are given like this, what you do, what will help you is to start from the far right, the number at the far right, count in threes. 1, 2, 3, put your comma. 1, 2, 3, put your comma. 1, 2, 3, put your comma. 1, 2, 3, put your what? Comma. So this will help you call out these numbers. It will help you call out these what? Numbers. And don't forget, if you are struggling with calling numbers out, you should write the place value. You should write the place what value. The place value of this is what? Units, tens, 100. Then after 100 you go to 1000, right? This comma shows that we're entering 1,000. 1,000. Let me put it as th like this. 1,000. Why this is 100 of 1,000, right? No, sorry, tens of 1,000. Tens of 1,000 before 100 of 1,000. Tens of 1,000. 100 of 1,000. 100 of 1,000. After 100 of 1,000, remember I said no 1,000, 1,000. You don't write it as 1,000, you will go to what? Million, 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 million. Then this is 10 of million, 10 million, or tens of million. This 6 here. After 10 of million, 100 of million, 100 million. Then after 100 million, instead of writing 1,000 million, just like we learned a billion, billion. And this one is 10 of billion, 10 of billion. This one, after 10 is 100, 100 what? Of billion, 100 billion. Why this one is what? Trillion. This one is what? Trillion. This one is what? Trillion. So we've written the place value of these numbers. So if we are to call out this number, 2 trillion, 2 trillion, 2 trillion, you can put that comma here, 2 trillion, 2 trillion, 800 billion, 800 billion, 800 and what? Because there's a 10 here and there's a billion here, 899, 899. If you just add these 3 digits, 899. Now, because the last number here is in a billion, is in billion, it will be 899 word billion. Don't forget this comma. 899 word billion. We actually say the number based on the comma. 2 million first, comma. 899 billion. So write 8. I'm going to take my writing down a little bit. 100 and 99, 99 what? Billion, comma. Now take it in trees again. This 652 abi in trees. 652 million in trees. 652 what? Million. 652 million, comma. 652 million, comma. 652 million. 381. Take it in trees. Don't forget you are taking it in trees. 381,000. 381 what? 1,000. 381,000. 381,000. 81,000. Then the last three, 537, 530, sorry, let's say 430 what? 7. 437. 437. So you see, calling out numbers is not that difficult. 2 trillion, 899,652,388,437. It's not difficult. If you can just assign, write down the place value, then take it 3 3s. The reason why we did not take this on the 3 because we just have only one number after the comma. The comma is dictating how we call out the numbers or how we write the numbers. It's orchestrating it. How am I using these words? It's what determines it. It helps us. Those are the words to use. It helps us. It helps us. So that's how to write this number. You can take that down. I'm going to start from trillion okay, let me start from billion. I'm going to be interchanging billions and trillions because I presume that you have no problem writing numbers in millions or calling out numbers in millions and thousands. So let me write this number. So if you have this, how do we call out this number? First thing to do, you can assign place value. This is units, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, billion, then 10 billion. Meaning that this percentage here is the place value is 10 billion. 10 billion. So it will be, because we have 2 before this comma, 2 numbers is actually 10, abi? So you say this is 33. Leave the billion first. Call out this number 33. Then the place value billion, 33 billion. 33 billion. 33 what? Billion. 33 what? Billion. 33 billion. Now, after this 33 billion, you can see that we have no non-zero digits here. We have no, all the numbers here are not zero. So instead of saying 33 billion, 0, 100 and 0 or whatever, instead of saying 33 billion, 0 and 0 whatever, that does not even make any sense. You just skip this altogether. You come here. You skip this altogether. You come to where you have a non-zero digit. You come to where you have a number that is not zero. So this place we have a number that is not zero. So this will be 400,000. So you have 33 billion 400,000. 33 billion 400,000 naira. Okay, I'm using money. 33 billion 400,000. Or some people might say 33 billion and 400,000. But you can write this way: 33 billion 400 what? For in case there's and the 400,000. This is actually 33 billion 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 33 billion plus 400,000. 33 billion 400,000. That's how you got this. 33 billion 400,000. So you see how to write down this number in words. What if you are to write in numerals, meaning in numbers? Let's say you are given this 20 trillion 498 okay, 98 billion and 29. Now, and 29. And 29. I'm going to explain this. So let me write this number, 20 trillion. You can break it down by doing this. You can do it this way if you're having problem writing that one. You can write 20 trillion. 20 trillion will be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's 20 trillion. Since billion as this 20 trillion. Then 498 billion. So we're going to billion. 498 billion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can write it that way. 498 billion. And 29. 29 meaning that it's not 29,000, it's not 29,000 and something, it's just 29. So 29. So you can write it this way: 92 by adding this comma 0, 0, 0, comma 0, 0, 0, comma 894, comma 20. So you can write it this way: 20 trillion 498 billion and 29. So I don't know if you get that. Did you get that? If you got that, I don't know if you got that. Did you get that? So if you did, let's continue. You can move back or tell your parents to help you move the video back and you write. Now, let me show you something. Okay, see this. You can easily call this number out. This is 45 billion, million, billion, easily. Now what if you have this? This 45 billion and 1. If you have this 45 billion and 12. I want to show you this. 45 billion 112. You see that there's no more the use of and again. There's no more the use of and. That's why earlier I said for the example here, some people write that, but it's not necessary. Once it's a digit here, you can say 45 billion and 1. Don't say 45 billion 1. 2 digits here, 45 billion and 12. Don't say 45 billion 12. But when you get here, 45 billion 112. Don't say 45 billion and 112. Although looking at it mathematically, it's still the same thing in the sense that you are saying I have 45 billion and 112. But the best way to put it is 45 billion 112. I don't know whether you get the differentiation, the differences between them. So it's very, very important. Very, very important you note that. Very, very important you know that. Now I'm going to write some numbers down. You're going to do it. Then when I meet you for the one-on-one session, I would ask you if you did it and I will grade it. So write in numerals, in numbers. Oh, in numerals. Numerals actually means numbers. Write this in numbers. In numbers, you know that they are in words. Let me adjust this a little bit to this side. Write in numerals. Write in numerals. I'm thinking numbers and I'm writing numerals. Numerals. 57 trillion 240 billion 100 million 100 million 205 205 80 billion 85 million 302,000 445 445 445 445. Then write this one in words. Write in words. You write this one in words. Write these two in words. The two below in words. So I hope you can see that. I hope you can see it. I hope you can see it. So do that. Let me call the first one 57 trillion 240 billion 100 million 205 80 billion 85 million 302,445. Forgive me if I'm writing too fast and my handwriting is looking a little bit crooked. Then write in words 72,985,003,314. The second was 7,890,325,110. So I'll see you in the next video or the next one-on-one support session. Thank you.